Hey, what is up, guys? Today I'm just kind of doing a test video on my Galaxy S10 just because I wanted to see what kind of 4K quality footage you can expect from a front-facing camera with the Galaxy S10. Besides that, though, today, guys, we're going to be talking about VPN reviewers, more specifically why they lie in their reviews. Now, you might be thinking, well, it's one thing to call a VPN reviewer out for lying, and this is definitely kind of something, that a VPN reviewer would take offense at. When Donkey kind of criticized a lot of the video game critics, a lot of them got very mad at him. So I do want to kind of precursor this video in saying that when I say someone's lying, it's just that I'm disagreeing about the information that they are presenting in their review. I'm not saying they're trying to, do anything malicious per se, but I'm saying that a lot of VPN reviewers out there are perhaps unintentionally lying by spreading false information, not checking their data, not checking what the current kind of policies, what kind of current kind of speeds, what kind of current kind of features even that a VPN has. So for example, we can take a look at many different VPN review websites out there. And checking out this one, cloudwords.net, I could see this guy really heavily promoting certain VPN providers. But if you take a look at some of his reviews, you can find outdated information that isn't actually true at all. You can see in this review here that this guy is talking about TorGuard and that perhaps the one con of it is that it doesn't work with Netflix, which, as if you've seen from my videos, that is definitely not true. So why would this guy be doing that? Well, why do people do this in general? That is mostly the topic of this video. Why do VPN reviewers lie? Well, I think there are 5 reasons why VPN reviewers kind of tend to lie. So I think the first reason is something that I've kind of alluded to already, but haven't fleshed out in detail, is incompetency. I think a lot of VPN reviewers aren't exactly VPN reviewers, actually. I think a lot of people who review VPNs have seen it as a good niche, have seen it as something profitable to kind of talk about on the internet. So we see a lot of big kind of companies kind of swooping in, even stuff like IGN, which is reviewing VPNs. Other companies are doing the same kind of thing. CNET, PC Mag, these kind of companies that aren't exactly niched or well versed in VPN may be talking about VPN as if they know a lot about it, which often isn't the case. A lot of times it's just some kind of freelance writer who's doing a review on a VPN, and a lot of times these kind of VPN reviewers, freelancers as it will, are just kind of looking around on the internet and kind of regurgitating the same thoughts that everyone else is. This is why you're going to see a lot of big websites recommending the exact same VPNs. This is why you're going to see a lot of VPN providers kind of pushing marketing materials towards these VPN reviewers. And you're actually going to see a lot of these VPN reviewers kind of regurgitating the same exact thoughts, the same exact points. When I see VPN reviewed, like NordVPN, the VPN reviewer almost goes to a checklist. They're going to say it's not based in the United States, so it's a secure and trusted VPN. It's got good speeds. It's the only VPN that works with Netflix, which isn't quite true. And then they always kind of go over the pricing. Since it's expensive, they always say, well, you could get a 3-year deal, which is cheaper than any other VPN. And of course, it may be expensive, but it's worth it. So another reason I think that VPN reviewers kind of tend to lie about their rankings is that they do have a conflict of interest. It can be hard to have a certain ranking system and then find out that one of your VPNs is not as good as you thought it was, or maybe a certain VPN provider wants to pay you to sponsor their VPN product. So you really got to make this kind of product stand out, and they can't make other VPN providers kind of have equal footing because they're not going to generate the same kind of sales for that deal or something like that. So when I say conflict of interest, I mean that they have to promote certain VPNs and they can't promote other VPNs because it would be kind of a conflict of interest or some kind of deal they're doing. Another thing is that VPN review sites and reviewers themselves can be sponsored or owned by VPN companies. There's been a lot of articles and research done on the internet, but not enough, quite frankly. That shows that a lot of VPN review sites are actually owned by the VPN companies themselves. You can look around and do some research on that if you want to, because a lot of these companies don't really want you to know. They don't really want people suggesting this. So it is something that you're going to have to look at. Another thing is perhaps vendetta. A lot of VPN reviewers might not have good relationships with certain VPN companies for one reason or another. Maybe they don't like a specific VPN. Maybe they do like one specific VPN because they have some kind of deal. It's not quite clear to me exactly why, but it definitely seems that some VPN review sites out there do kind of have some personal vendettas against some VPNs, and that they kind of write unfactual information that's not really true, or they're kind of promoting the VPN in a weird way. A lot of VPN review sites out there seem to almost have a vendetta against certain VPN providers for one reason or another. Finally, guys, probably the biggest reason that VPN reviewers lie is due to money. They want to make the most money. They want to promote certain VPNs. So by doing so, they have to lower their rankings or not promote other VPNs. And what this happens is that by doing so, they actually end up lying in some reviews because they can't have an equal footing right. If you want to promote NordVPN and ExpressVPN, you're going to have to kind of lie in some of the other reviews in order to make those other VPNs stand out more. If you could show objective speed tests and objective pricing, then the reviews on these websites wouldn't be the way they are. So it really comes down to how much money can they make? Do they want to promote VPNs that make them the most money and have the highest commission payouts? That's the bottom line. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll see you again very soon.